was a little gloomy before that, so it actually worked out.
How are you doing, Ron?
Pretty good. People don't like change, even if it's for the better.
Yeah, people, I
Yeah.
don't like change. I'm not addicted to change at all. I like things to be the way they are. You know?
Well,
So,
I was saying the opposite, that some people, any change is even if it's an improvement, is often because it's a change. People are
yeah, well, they fear
Opposed.
it, you know? They
Opposed.
fear it, and then they get used to it, and
yeah.
I guess.
If your script says there's a change, I'm going to be screwed, you feel bad. If your script says, there's a change, how can I use this?
Profitably or
It's
to my advantage
better.
or whatever.
This Zoom thing is an example to me of there's a disaster. I myself, oh God, whatever, this is so sad. And we thought of something to do,
Exactly,
which is this
exactly,
Zoom sharing.
exactly. I mean, there are some upsides to the pandemic in that you have all the time in the world to work on your art. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there are not many competing events, quite frankly.
Yeah.
When digital photography first came, I remember that I had I got my first digital camera, and I had a friend back then who was a landscape painter. And so I said, Jim, and I saw a painting that he did of upstate New York with this gorge. And I said, there's a place in Pennsylvania, Jim. Let me take you there. You got to see this. And so he went, and he takes reference photos, right? So I had my new digital camera, and he had his, analog camera. This is many years ago. And when digital was still new. And, we had this discussion in the car about, well, is digital photography going to ruin it? Because, you can just snap all these pictures and delete if you don't like it, and whereas with the analog, you have to really think about it because you only
Right.
have so much film. So you're going
Right.
to be more careful and more selective.
Right,
And,
exactly.
Jim now has and has had for a long time a digital camera, but his points are quite valid. Is that you just it just there's so many good photos. It's easier now because you can pick what you want, and you can just retake things so easily, and you see the results instantly. So I don't know. I think in the long run, it's probably a good thing. Although thinking about it more carefully when is good too. So who knows?
Yep,
Mike and Sarah, hello.
something to think about.
Bob, Susan is actually in her yoga class, but she's got her computer primed and ready to go, so that when she is free, she can just switch over to that.
Hmm.
So that's why it says connecting to audio. She's not really there yet.
Yeah, I feel I like to have her do the rundown on what's happening at the Plastic Club, but if she's not available, you or I could do it.
Yeah.
I just, screen sharing the Plastic Club webpage.
Well, her class ends at 7:30, and then they talk for a few minutes. And then last two times she didn't join because she felt like it was too intrusive to start up, but she says this way I can just sort of sneak in when I'm ready, and that makes it easier. So I expect we'll see her later in the meeting.
Yeah, I don't think she should feel obliged, but we're always happy to see her.
Well, she likes this, so
Yeah.
as do I. So I don't have anything to share today, but I just I so much enjoy seeing other people's work.
Yeah, I know. Ted's not going to be in today. Let's see, who has stuff to share? Anders, are you going to be able to stick around?
Yeah, I can stick around tonight.
All right. Kim?
Yeah.
I do. Ron does not. Jane does. Ooh, Jane doing new work. Sarah, Anders. Did you have new work?
I have a couple of
Stuff
things.
to show? Okay. All right, well, let's wait till 5 after.
So, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Jane.
Hey, Jean.
Bob, I have something that I can just hold up. It's not anything to connect. So that's the
Right.
good news, bad news. The good news is, well, it's good news, good news. Good news is I'll be sharing something. The other good news is I don't have to try to do it via the share
Zoom.
screen.
Right.
So it won't flub up at all.
Okay.
Anybody notice, I was talking with Kim earlier, the change in weather, it's getting colder, summer's gone.
Darker.
I'm having feels, as the kids say.
What's that?
I have seasonally affective disorder.
I do, definitely, I
A little
do.
grumpy. Where did summer go?
No, I feel that way very much because it's so dark in the morning. And it gets dark early in the evening.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry
definitely-
you all feel that way. I feel like springy like a squirrel.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Wow.
Energizes me. The air energizes me.
Oh, God bless you.
Good.
Well, and at this time of year, there's no excuse to not go out for your walk, Jane. It's not too hot. It's not too
Right.
cold. It's not raining.
That's right. It's been beautiful.
Yep.
Here, anyway.
Hey,
I
Eva
agree.
and Andy.
Hello,
Can you-
hello.
Andy.
Hello.
Andy.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Anders. Hey, everybody.
Andy, do you have anything to show?
I do.
Okay.
It's video stuff, but I've got it. So.
Good.
We always like that. Neela, do you have
I-
anything?
Yeah, I have a piece.
Great. All right, let's wait a couple more minutes. Like I say, I can wait till 5 after.
So the people that have SAD, does that get even worse when we change the clocks? Or
It
is
gets better for me because it's lighter in the early morning. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting light at 8, it gets light at 7. So you can wake up more easily. And then you kind of adapt to the darkness by I put Christmas lights on everything. So my house is all lit up.
Nice.
Janice does that too. Yeah.
Oh, the little white ones?
Yeah.
White ones, colored ones, whatever I can get.
Okay.
Important thing is to light up the entire place.
So Kim, do you have to go to your other house soon?
I do. That's another issue, yes.
Can you Zoom from there?
Oh, yeah, it's in Philly. Yeah, definitely. I can see.
All right.
All right. Shall we start? Let's see. Kim, do you want to go first?
Certainly, I will go first. Thank you. All right. Now I'm going to show a piece that I tried to show earlier, and I know Andy might recognize it, but all I could show it as was a teeny thing because I didn't know how to use Zoom Share. So if I'm lucky, I will not have that problem. Can you see it, guys?
We don't see your sharing screen.
Okay, so
Not
let me
yet.
get back here. So what do I have to see that? Oh my Lord, have mercy. Okay, so what now do I have to do to get you to see it?
Hit the share screen, the green share screen button,
Okay.
and then select a window that has your piece.
Yeah, but my whole window's disappeared actually. Well, no, actually you're the person that's there, aren't you? Okay, got it. So can I close this then? Or no, I have to, oh, you're right. You have to press share twice.
Okay, we see your share screen. And
Ooh,
there's your picture. All right.
wow.
So that is called Red Sky Chestnut. It does not have style transfer. It does have filters. I've used filters. I did this originally and took it home. My husband said, oh, I really like it, but you know what? You cut off the skyscraper. He said, go back, kneel on the sidewalk if you have to, which I ended up doing, and make sure you get the actual shot. So I know that you guys saw it before, but you didn't see it big, so.
This is so dramatic.
Pretty
Very
dynamic.
strong.
Really nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It is, yeah.
I personally actually do like it. I think it's probably one of the best things I've ever done in the urban field. Okay, I wanted to change the situation here and do something with style transfer. You may remember I've shown you a number of landscapey type things, and it's all on the same road. It's called Wagner Road, and here it is. And I call this tunnel vision, and it was done with a style transfer called 80s. And the reason I did it was because as I was driving, I could see this tunnel. I mean, it looked like a light at the end of the tunnel. So I've actually done it several ways. I've made this car, this truck actually smaller. It seems like I chose the wrong one. I chose the one with the big truck, but I actually photographed the truck also in a gas station, and then I collaged it in. It wasn't actually on the road. But this road has just all kinds of different scenes, so it's kind of interesting.
That's cool.
That is.
Very.
Okay. Gracias. So now we go to Paris, and the reason I'm doing this one is because, do you see this triangle here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know that Franco Fontana guy that I was telling you about?
Mm-hmm.
I looked on Google and on Google Images. He has one that looks exactly like this, but his is different. I mean, it still has the triangle thing, but he didn't use people. I mean, mine are actually people walking in the rain out of the train station. But what he has here are shadows, people's shadows, which I don't know, maybe he collaged them in because I don't think shadows look that big. So instead of the people, he has shadows. But he has exactly the same scene as I do, which is extraordinary because he's in his 80s, and I took this last summer, back in the day when we could actually travel.
And this is style transfer too?
Yes,
Just
yes.
the,
I think this is called thick brush.
Yeah.
I think this is called thick brush. And actually it makes, I mean, I wasn't when I took the shot. I was just happy that I got to the train station in time to catch the Eurostar. So I was having a cup of coffee, looked out of the window, saw this, and I thought, thank God I didn't get caught in the rain. And so that's why I took the shot. But then when I used the style transfer, it became something a little bit interesting.
Oh,
And
that's
as I
cool.
said, the scene has actually been used by Franco Fontana, which is amazing, actually.
It's great.
That's something.
Okay, I'm done now.
And the likelihood that you would find that image, it's the same too, you know?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I had it on my phone. And then I thought, well, they're not going to be interested in this. Because you know what? I took a picture, and then I tried to put it on my computer, and it wouldn't allow me to do that. So I'm assuming that you couldn't do that. I'm assuming they didn't allow you to do that, is what I'm assuming. So that's what I've done.
All right.
Okay.
That's
so
nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful stuff.
Let's see. Ron, did you have anything?
No.
Okay. Anders?
I have a couple of things.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Hold on a second. Okay. So this was last weekend, Saturday.
Nice.
Wow.
I went down to the shore where I like to go draw, and a while ago, someone had given me a watercolor block of very nice Arches paper, which I've never used, and so I had a lot of fun working with that, and also an ink that it's just it's a bottle of Parker's fountain pen ink, but it had a sort of a blue cast to it when it got diluted, and I liked that. So I was using that. So there's 3 of these.
And the brown, where does the brown come from?
So walnut ink, walnut
Nice.
ink.
Beautiful.
And,
It is really
Yeah.
nice.
this is another one. I was a little disappointed in this. I was sitting, I had it like braced on my leg, and this had not run down. This was cut off. It was white, and also here. And I thought, I really like that. And then the paper moved or something. Before I could do anything, it ran off the edge of the paper. So I was a little disappointed. But once again, I like that ink. And
Looks like people are dancing under the trees.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
let's see, this is the last one.
That's great.
Nice.
Say, I was parked in front of the same group of trees, just turning to slightly different angles for all of them. A little more diluted on that blue-black. There was a little bit of a road here and another tree in the distance sort of just hinted at there. But the nicest thing happened while I was sitting there. It was very crowded, but nowadays people would get out. This is a popular place to go, drive around and see the birds, and people take their dogs. And a car pulled over and I could sense somebody coming up behind me, and I thought, oh, here comes a conversation. And so I got my mask on, and it was very nice. I mean, I'm elderly, but this guy was 20 years older. Very nice older gentleman comes up behind me. And he said that he and his wife were driving around and they saw me, and they used to do watercolor, but she couldn't anymore because she had macular degeneration. And he didn't feel right painting if she couldn't paint. So they had a ton of watercolor paper and they sort of offered it to me. But, you know, they said, you live around here, and I don't. And I really didn't want to pursue it, like follow them back to their house. So I suggested they just, give it to the local college or something like that. But we had a nice chat, and he was going to turn to wood carving. So that was pleasant.
So I like that has a nice depth, feeling of depth somehow.
Yeah, probably just hinted at a little bit of landscape in the background there,
Yeah.
And the last piece is something
Wait, Anders, before you move on, when you do the darks, is that because there was shadow, or is it somewhat accidental, or is it just playful? Is there any sort of, it really works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
just
try
curious,
to find the areas in shadow of what I'm looking at, and
Yeah, but it's so dark, it's so black, and yet it works, how do you do that?
yeah, well, I trust the ink, as it were. I usually I'll wet the spot where I want to, like I wetted this area here, and then just laid the solid ink in, let it do what it was going to do, and then you kind of guide it, and I don't know, it's kind of like herding cats or something. I'm trying to protect the accidents that I like as they happen. And yeah, so that's about it. It's really just like any watercolor painter will tell you, it's just manipulating the paint somehow. So and so the last piece is something, and I'll get stop. It's an older piece that I sort of had forgotten about, and it's quite large. It's 38 by 50, and I liked it quite a bit. So I had one big frame left, so I framed it. But this goes back 4 or 5 years, and it's at that time I would draw in ink, and then turn the paper 90 degrees and draw some more, and then turn it 90 degrees again, and the ink would drip in 90-degree segments. So you can see what appears to be like little squares here.
Yeah, yeah.
And and then I paint over it in gesso. And before the gesso is dry, wipe it away, trying to get an interesting rhythm. And I think I did this 4 or 5 times, over and over and over, but I like the kind of barbaric
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
quality.
it
Yeah.
does. It's very nice.
Yes.
Just a hint of limbs. nothing
Yeah, I see
really
that. Yeah.
exclusive. And I don't know where this
Toes.
came from. Actually, do know where it came from. It was a drop of ink that I wiped away, but I like this kind of Egyptian sort of ibis bird sort of thing. Actually, kind of 2 bird heads there, but particularly like that. Very kind of grim bill there on that.
A lot of motion.
I had a pleasant discovery with that one.
It really stimulates the imagination to look at a picture like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
great.
Well, if we ever have a show again, it's very large. But, you know.
Good. I hope you bring it.
Yeah, that would be a good one to see in person.
Yes, I think so.
That
Yeah.
would be a candidate for our August where there's no size limit. I'm sure we'll
Oh.
do it again eventually.
Jane,
Yes.
do you want to show?
Yes,
Yes.
it's just a little, this is the project that I'm going to work on. I want to finish this before I start to paint again. So as some of you may know, I make note cards out of a lot of my paintings. And this is the size of the note card.
Oh,
It's-
nice.
It's made out of like two up on a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock.
Oh,
And so you lay down a picture and then another picture, and then you draw in,
oh,
well, I wrote on this one, but the name of it is Snow Pony, and then my JJ Wilkie. So I want to do some note cards of my beach girls.
oh, that would be lovely.
Ah,
That would be really lovely.
Because it's going, the painting is going to this middle girl, Anne Marie.
Mhm.
I'm going to give her and the other girls a pack of note cards, because who doesn't like note cards? So the first step is I cut down the photograph. I don't know if you can tell, these are cut down to the right size. So I'll show you my progress along the way.
Very nice
It'll-
project.
It'll look like this. It'll have a white frame around it when it's a note card.
Do you have it done by something like Shutterfly, or do you do it by hand yourself, or what?
Old school.
Great.
Paste up. I'll end up like paste. I'll tape this.
And okay, so you literally make the card.
Right, and then I'll go to Kinko's and copy it on cardstock, and then they chop it in half really beautifully.
Oh. Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
how glossy is the print? I mean, is it like, do you take it to a photo finisher, or do you take it to a print shop, or do you run it on your own?
I run it on my own, and it's not very glossy at all.
Okay, well, that goes well with the paper, probably.
Yeah. Over the years, I've found the right paper. I don't use very high gloss because high gloss paper is not real conducive to writing with some pens.
Mm-hmm.
So that's step one.
All right.
Great.
Nice.
And after that, you're going to go back to probably one of your bigger paintings,
Maybe.
maybe.
I was visiting some high school friends last week because there was an operation involved. Anyway, our 50-year reunion is next year,
Oh,
Oh,
and they sort of wrangled me to make some favors for everybody. So I will keep you posted on that progress.
Okay.
That's when you
If you
graduate
craft-
kindergarten, right?
That's right. You got it.
So you're going into a crafty period.
Yes. But I will probably most likely have to do some painting to augment that. Okay.
Yeah, we have the next show. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sarah, you
Uh-oh.
want to show?
Yeah,
Or Mike?
okay. Wait a second.
Peter, do you have anything to show?
No, not tonight.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Wait,
Okay.
Yeah, we're
okay, wait a second. It keeps going away. Wait a minute. Don't go away. Keeps,
Shouldn't you hit photo?
no. I have to. You better let me work on this a little bit because it seems to be, I can't get where the share thing is not coming up.
Okay. It's at, sometimes you may have to run your mouse at the very bottom of the screen, and it pops
Okay,
up.
I'll try that. Let me just try one more time.
But otherwise,
Up, I got it. I got it.
okay.
I got it.
All right. We got your screen share.
Oh, look at this.
Ooh.
Oh, my
Now, what this is, this I just took this week. We had to take my daughter someplace, and while she was having something medical done, we were outside. And having been on this Zoom so many times, I was looking at the building and the lines and the reflections, and I kind of, this was a much larger picture, but I went in and I liked this with the lines on the building and the railing and the street. And so this I just did this week. And
very
where's
nice.
that? Bluebell. That's at Bluebell at their Abington office.
I think it's wonderful.
I like the way the angles are, very subtle. Like the very top line is absolutely
Yeah,
Great. Yeah.
straight, and
agreed.
then all the other lines are very weird,
Mhm.
especially the parking lot lines.
Yeah, at first I didn't have them in, but then when I closed in on this, I thought those just went with it, and again, that's it. Watching what some of you do and you're thinking, and so I included the street.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Were the reflections in the glass part of it, or did you add them? They look
Oh, no,
accentuated.
that was real.
That
Wow.
was real?
I do as much
Actually, there's
real
some-
as possible.
Wow.
The
It looks
sky
like it was
is so-
collaged.
No, that is real.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I'll show you. I have another one in color. The sky that day while we were waiting for her was so blue and the clouds were so magnificent. What you see was there.
Wow.
That I did not play with. The only thing is I made it black and white, and I went in to kind of get what I wanted, not to have a huge photograph, but I'll show you the next one, which is also there. So how do I get rid of that one? Okay,
Make it smaller. No.
here we go.
We got we got your share screen.
Ooh.
Okay, now this was that same building, but out the front doors, and you can see the sky, how amazing it was that day.
Yes, yes.
And again, I went with, this was real, you know, the sky, everything was real. But having listened to some of you about the lines and the spaces and the, I just found this to be what I wanted to capture.
Very nice.
Hmm.
You have a good eye.
Sarah, is that the dark parts look kind of bluish? Is that just my screen, or is this black and white?
No, this is not, this is color. This was the sky. It was magnificent, magnificent. Blue clouds, blue sky, you know, white clouds. It was an amazing day
Mhm.
as for the sky.
It
Very
looks,
nice.
it has kind of a watercolor look to it. There's sort of a grainy texture in there. It's really nice.
Mhm.
It kind of looks like Anders ink.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to confess to some of you, I listen to all of you and the things that you use sometimes to change. What I have been in the habit of doing, and Mike just, I don't think is so thrilled with it, I play until I see something. So I don't always know in detail what I've done. Is that okay to confess to all of you?
Yeah, I totally understand because I do the same thing.
Playing is a good skill to have.
Yeah.
I don't call it playing. I just
Experiment.
call it working.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, I admire people that know every step that they take and every nook and cranny that they've gone. But with me, it's, I have to see it. And,
Mhm.
and it's such a magnificent day. And the lines in the building are actually second to the sky.
I really
Very
like
nice.
the hard convergence of those lines. That's really striking.
Yes.
I like the upper left triangle of
yeah.
sort of emptiness. It's so beautifully
Yeah.
pure.
Hmm.
It looks as though the clouds have left the sky and gone inside the building.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Yeah,
put.
yeah,
Andy.
it does. It does.
You're right.
Yes.
Right, they did. Have to check that place out. Maybe they did. But I think I'll leave it at that for today. You know, I these are really new, and I was playing a lot because I stopped taking pictures that I want to take. I take a lot of pictures, and then I go in, find what I want to see, or I see what I want to find, and that's what I've done with these.
So were you applying some filtering to the clouds? They look a little posterized or something, which is fine. I mean, I think it's very dramatic. Were you
Probably.
accentuating the image in some way?
Probably.
Well, is it possible you had the camera set in a different kind of way? Like maybe some setting on the camera produced this effect?
No, this was, well, I don't have them ready to show, but no, this was just a regular huge photograph of the building, and I did different things with that. But, and then I worked on this a little bit to condense it to smaller, but I don't really remember how I came to this coloring, although the sky it was very blue. It was very blue. But maybe some of you who are more used to the techniques might be able to see what I see. This is what I wanted to see, and so I made it happen.
Good.
Very nice.
I like the square format too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really, Sarah, I really like the gradations of color, like on the top of the windows. Just, I guess it's streaking from the rain and such. It's very subtle, but I really like it.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll have to
Yeah,
go out
it's
like you,
great.
Sarah, and go and try and find these things. thought
Mike,
in
do
the
you
country.
have anything you want to show?
Me? Mike,
Mike,
who are you?
yeah.
Mike,
Yeah, okay.
wait a second. We have to go after Mike.
I'm going to exit.
That's good. Can you do that? And
Yeah, there you go. Photos. Photos.
We're-
Stop, go down. There's the albums. That's the club Zoom. And then do this one first.
All right, we got your screen share. Oh,
Oh, hey.
I call
That's
this,
so cool.
yeah, I call it retired. The title is
Oh, that's
Good, that's
cute.
great title.
Right, right. Did you
I don't-
arrange those tires, Mike, or were they just lying there?
I don't lift those kinds of things anymore, but no, actually, I was looking at a lot. Over the years, I've taken thousands of pictures at the shore
Oh,
and going from Northeast Philly, where we lived before, down the shore. The way we would go down, there's a big stretch where it's farmland, and then there's just this one shop where they sell used tires. It's like the only business for miles and miles. And they always had these piles and piles and piles of tires. So at one point, I don't know how many years ago, I just took the picture of one of the piles, and then knowing a little more than I knew then as to how to manipulate pictures, I went back, I found it, cropped it, and basically the picture is what it is. I didn't really do anything to the lighting except change the intensity and a little more detail in the tires. But and it was just like row after row of these piles of tires. And I always liked it and never knew why until I thought of the title. And I figured retired, that
mhm.
fits.
That's perfect.
Very good.
I wonder
Okay.
if that's an efficient way to stack the tires.
It is,
Oh.
because it's a pile that I would guess is at least 10 feet tall by 20 feet. A lot of tires, and they're all interlocked and interlaced so that they don't fall over.
Yeah.
And it's, as I remember, it's just like a single layer. It isn't
Mhm.
deep, it's just wide,
Hmm.
as I remember. So they're supporting one another.
Right.
it looks like jewelry to me.
What does it look like?
I thought it could look like jewelry, couldn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it could. Yes, it
Silver.
could. Yeah.
The way it's interwoven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It looks like herringbone fabric that's
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Call it a basket weave.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
For something that just a pile of junk to be so interesting, I thought was interesting.
I love the detail in the tires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's thanks to Photoshop and, detail and, working on it a little bit, not really changing anything, just enhancing what's there.
Mhm.
That's Photoshop. I don't think well, I won't say never, but I very rarely do anything to a photograph that I don't do by hand. I don't use presets or, different artists' interpretations of the image. And no value judgment here. It just, frankly, I like taking the time and I like doing the detail work. I enjoy it. So, as I can just sit there, will tell you, I'll just sit for hours and hours and hours just working on small details until it looks the way I think it should. And I going along, I don't think I ever kind of know where it's going to end up. I'll just see something, and most times I'll get a title in my head, And if I like the title, then I make the image fit the title rather than the title fitting the image. I think we'll show you another one or two, and I'll give you an idea what I'm talking about.
Hey, Mike.
Okay, we're bringing another one up.
This might seem like a silly question, but when you do this, do you have like music playing in the background?
No, it's very, it's,
Sometimes I do, and sometimes it helps to set us a mood of some sort, you know? Different kinds of music will set us different mood. It influences the things I do, I think.
Here's one that's a lot different. You have to hit share screen.
Let me close your sharing screen and start again.
Hi, Susan.
Mike.
Hi, Susan.
You're going too fast. You're not doing what you're supposed to. Yeah, share. And then, there we go. Okay, but you took the picture down.
Well, I'm gonna get another picture. I lost the share screen thing.
Remember, sometimes if you move your mouse to the bottom of the screen, it pops up again.
Touch your finger.
They consider it a feature that the menu at the bottom disappears.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Photos. Scroll down, go. There's the close, and then that.
All right, we got your screen share.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Ooh, that is
Wow.
nice.
That's beautiful.
That is
Yeah,
nice.
and again, this was taken a long time ago, and I looked at it and I thought, social distancing. So that's
Yeah.
not good. And actually, I don't remember really. I think it was just one bird, but I'm not sure. There may have been two, or it may have been just like this. I honestly don't remember, but what I do, I like add the little shadows in the water and just little touches and little enhancements that I think bring it. And I like vignettes very much. And a lot of what I do, I use vignette, which goes back to my portrait days, and photographing brides and people. And just about everybody looks good with a vignette around them. So that's kind of a habit to do that. And so this is just one that I've had for a long time. And I just liked it, and just
Nice.
updated it with a touch. Thank you.
Very
wanted to
nice.
show you
Very
this.
beautiful.
Beautiful. Sort of very.
Are you working in Photoshop or a darkroom when you
Photo-
vignette?
Photo-
Okay.
Photoshop. Yeah, I don't do darkroom anymore. That was all that I ever did was darkroom. So yeah, I guess the best way to describe it is that I do darkroom effects in Photoshop. Now here's one that's a lot.
Wait, can you see it?
No, I don't. You have to do a share screen. Do a share screen.
The shadows were really convincing in that. You put them in just the right places.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a matter of, it's really feel. It's really just a matter of feel.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. Photos. Now this one, while we're getting ready to load it, where's the club zone? This is one I did here.
All right,
And it
we
all
got your
started-
share screen.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that is so cool.
And I-
That's the virus.
Oh, okay. I knew I recognized it. I just didn't know why.
It's the Frankenstein virus.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a bunch of different stuff.
Can you tell what it is? Can you tell what makes it up?
I bet those are golf tees around it.
A staple remover.
Yeah.
Staple remover, yeah.
Oh,
Good.
Ah,
Yeah.
staple.
Oh,
And a green
staple
pepper.
remover.
I thought it was
All
a
right.
stairway.
oh.
Yeah, and a green pepper.
Oh, green pepper. Oh my gosh, that's so clever.
Wow.
Veggie virus.
Oh my Lord.
That's really, really clever. You're right. That's great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To use a stupid virus to some advantage, I guess. You
It's,
know.
it's scary looking. It's scary
It
looking.
was funny. It all started because I happened to have my staple remover on my desk, and I just kind of looked at it. I went virus. So it all,
Huh.
it grew out of that, and that's it. Thank you.
Nice.
That's delightful.
That was fun.
Yeah, it really is.
Very nice.
And you get that? Oh, there we go.
Okay. That is it for Mike and Sarah.
Yes, that's good. Unless you want to give us another hour. I have about 7,000 in my queue.
Your wedding days.
Yeah, would you like to see some brides? Or a nice bar mitzvah?
Well, thank you.
Maybe
Thank you.
next time I'll show you my first composite, my first collage.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Next time.
Yeah, we want to see that.
Very,
Yeah.
very first collage.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Neela, do you have something?
I do. I have one thing. Now, do I hit share screen
Yep.
first or second?
First,
Hit the green one first.
Okay.
and then choose which window.
Okay. I have it on the desktop, so. And then, let's see, Halima.
It's a monster.
Do you see it yet?
No, we don't see your screen share yet.
No.
Let's see. There it is.
Oh, I see a cat.
Okay, and now we see your screen share.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
she-
that's wonderful.
No, it's like it, I guess. It does that. With the
Very,
little-
very
It's
nice.
very similar to the one last week.
Yes, but it's different.
Yeah, I've been having fun with these postcards.
Oh.
This is a drawing?
Is it
Yeah.
postcard?
Yeah, it's amazing, Andy.
Pen and
Wow.
ink. That way,
And
I
pen
just,
and ink drawing, it's just amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing because it's so detailed.
and I just keep drawing the lines, and I really don't have an idea in mind when I start. It's like an adventure to see where one line stops and the next one starts.
Hmm.
It's like doodling got a PhD.
Yeah.
Can
Really?
you zoom in on it? Could you hit the plus sign?
Beautiful.
Wow.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Is there a particular kind of pen you're using? This looks like a very sort of even width of the line.
I used a Micron pen in black and a Bic pen, like for 19 cents, 49 cents.
Mhm.
That's my favorite, but I wanted a little bit thicker line. So I picked up a Micron pen like a long time ago. And it was
Wow.
lying there, and I just decided I would try that.
And
And it dries fast. So, I'll put down a piece of paper to lean my hand on. but it doesn't really smudge right now. I haven't, next time it will, but right now I haven't had trouble with that.
About how large is this piece?
They're tiny. It fits inside my sketchbook, and that is 5 by 7. So this is a little smaller than that.
Who's your friend?
This is Nima.
Nima?
Hi,
Hi.
Siamese?
Yes, she's 11.
Oh,
She's all cat.
Oh,
yeah.
she is. If she's not supposed to be on the desk, that's where she sits.
Mhm.
So that's it for the night.
Very nice.
Thank you,
Very
Neil.
nice.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
great.
Wonderful piece.
Thank you. Let me see. Yes, sweetie.
Andy, do you want to go?
Oh, yeah, okay. The let's see. I've got it lined up, I think. Okay. Sound. Okay. All right, do you see her?
Nope.
Not yet.
We see your screen. Ah,
Yeah.
Yes, we
How about
see.
now?
Hi, Mom.
Okay. There she is. Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah.
is my mother. This is her books. She would like her books to be selling a little better through her website, so she asked if we could do a commercial for one of her books.
Mhm.
And kind of the mistake I made with this is I shot the whole thing with one camera, which kind of makes it hard to edit from one thing to another. But
Oh.
it's turned out okay. I've taken out some pauses where she was thinking of the next thing to say, so she's a little jumpy. But I think the thing that I want to show tonight is the graphics that I've been putting into this. And I've been looking at commercials on TV and trying to impersonate the sort of graphics that you see in advertisements. So this is what I've got so far.
Have I got news for you? You've been sewing, maybe, and you've had trouble setting zippers. Maybe you've given up. You can't put the zippers in. What on earth is the matter? In the industry, sample makers can set 500 zippers a day. 500! They must know something that everyone else doesn't know, right? Right.
Right.
But now you can find out what they know, and you can use this to solve your zipper problems. And here it is. On my website, you can buy this little booklet for $19.95. You download it, and it shows you all the secrets you need to know so that you can set zippers often in 5 minutes or less. And here's the zippers that you can learn how to set. The first zipper in the book is the lapped handprick zipper, lined, finished across the top. You make it a little sample like this. Notice that this one is even cut to match. You first make it in paper like this so that you see how these patterns go together. This is the in.
All right, that's about it. It goes on and on like that, but those are the graphics that I've put in.
Oh, nice.
very nice.
So thank you. Yeah, so that's what I've been working
That
on.
was great, Andy. I hope she sells 1 million of them.
Yeah. And it's only $19.95.
The graphic you created was in the upper right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first her name comes in, then it's the title of the book, the website, the price, then the zipper 1, and the title is zipper 1, and of course it'll be zipper 2 and 3 and 4 as the thing goes along. The whole thing is about 4 minutes long. So and I'm just still adding graphics to it. So it's a work in progress.
Very good.
Nice.
Great.
Thank you.
Peter, apparently.
Where did it go?
All right. I believe everyone's been heard from. Anybody else? So let me do mine. I'm going through. All right.
Oh, my.
I have some different, I have some issues going on. One is between realism. Like I like this. This is from old magazines. I just love the look of this. This is an abstraction, putting together some dingbats. This is an experiment. I've been doing a lot of experiments with, you know what dingbats are, ornaments. I mean, you have some in Photoshop, and I've downloaded some strange dingbats, and I put them together. This is again my realistic mode. This is Queen Ileana of Romania in 1924, who ends up, she moved to Pennsylvania and became head of a monastery in Pennsylvania and died in Pennsylvania. That's another one of my, this is again a dingbat. Someone put together a dingbat collection of caffeine stains. You know, when you put down a cup of coffee on a white piece of paper. And then I put together some other stuff from magazines. And this is the one that actually I want to get people's opinions on. This is a dingbat with, in the middle of it is from a magazine. This is a picture of Madagascar mongoose, which are very cute little mammals. And I liked it, but then when it was done, I ended up preferring an earlier stage. And I'm torn between whether I like the stage that is more realistic or the stage that you can't see any mongoose at all, but it's more colorful.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused on that issue. And then I guess this is my last one. This is another one of my dingbat studies.
I like that.
Can you explain more about the dingbat business? I'm not following.
Okay. A dingbats are used by printers. You see them like on the title page, underneath the title, there's a little decoration.
A little ornament.
That is used for balance. And printers collect collections of dingbats, and they're available. And I like dingbats because I like abstraction of design. And so this is see the thing with the 4 dots and that is a dingbat. This is a dingbat. It's the corners of a border. These are dingbats. You've seen them all your life in books, and I'm just charmed by them. So anyway, that's what I have. Let me solicit opinions on which do you prefer of the mongoose, the cute little mongoose that are barely visible, or the abstracted colorful.
I prefer the abstract, but let me also suggest, Bob, that you combine some dingbats with some wombats.
I like the color too.
I like the black and white, Bob.
I like the muted one.
I'm into black and white right now.
It just seems like I like that color, that greenish color.
Yeah, me too.
Sage color.
I suggest you keep them both.
Yeah. Well, they're both good.
They're so different from each other. They're two different pieces. It's kind of evolved away from the original idea.
But this is calming, and I just love those colors. And then this is interesting for different reasons. And Bob, before you unshare, can you also go back to the woman on the couch that was?
Yeah, that was really nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
The woman on the couch. I like that one.
Yeah, that was lovely.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised. That's what I just did. I finished that an hour ago, Notice I'm keeping track of days until election day.
Oh, that's
It's
funny.
27
Oh.
days until election day.
Oh,
So
But-
Bob, isn't that Whistler's mother in her younger days?
No, it's Germany 1925.
Oh, very nice.
she looks very modern.
She
Beautiful.
does.
That looks like a quilt behind her.
Yeah.
And one thing that, yeah, is the quilt, is that part of the same picture or is that in superimposition?
That was part of the picture. The photographer
Wow.
did
Hey,
that.
You know,
The,
and the thing too about her expression, it really just looks like, it looks like, you know, something's going on. You know, look at her facial expression. It's just like she was caught off guard, or, you know, there's something there, you know?
Yeah.
And the pattern in the background is so interesting. It's lovely.
Yeah. And the
I think
chair.
they call that Weimar Germany. You know, Germany between World War I and World War II. And that's when the Bauhaus was.
Hmm.
And they were really influenced by primitive art. Like, I think that the quilt hanging in back may be primitive art. But it's a very sad period because so much in German culture was advanced, and then it turned ugly. Anyway, so that's my share.
Does that remind you of anything historically?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Her arm. I love her
E
arm.
minus 27.
Mhm.
Yes. All right, I will, let's see if I can remember how to get out of this.
Her look says, I just paid 400 million Deutschmarks for a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Yes. Because of, all right, let me go back to the, this is a Plastic Club website, and Susan, if you're on, if you want to point out anything in the news of the
Yes, I
Plastic Club.
actually do want to share. So Diane Podolsky did a lovely, there's a video of this event that was held earlier, and it was kitchen table printing. So you can still watch the video. It's less than an hour to see what she presented. And come on this Sunday from 1 to 3 and bring any kinds of prints that you have done. This is kitchen table printing, so it's printing without a press. But frankly, I've been doing rubbings and printings and jelly prints and everything. I'm just going to throw it all in there. Bring anything that you're up to in terms of prints. Even if you don't have any prints to share, come and join us for the fun.
You need to make sure you have your Part B medical insurance, because God forbid if you even one
So that's the message.
Okay, you'll be whacked with one hell of a big bill.
Also, I think that the deadline has passed for the Local Inspirations show. But later in the month, we will have the get together for that. And I think that's the 18th. So it's this
Yes, I
Sunday.
am. I'm thinking about what you're saying,
This Sunday is Diane Podolsky again. Come and hang out. And then after that, I think it's the 18th is the exhibition.
No,
Yeah,
no.
We forgot to check if you have anything to show, Susan.
No, I don't, but I finally figured out how I
Sister
can.
is legally buried in August.
Quietly.
I wonder about that, don't they? I mean, it's-
We're getting interference from somewhere.
I think that must be Kim. I think Kim's on the phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
trying to
So
get yourself
what I
sorted
figured
out.
out is I can just sign in. I can just
Right
like
now, you know,
sign in at the beginning when I'm actually in my class.
and the
And
papers
then
are
when I come out of
full
class, I can
sometimes.
just like ease in and not
I
disturb
can't
you.
tell you how many things I've lost.
Okay. Well, it's 8 o'clock. Shall we say goodnight all?
Okay, I have to go back to the group. Yeah.
See you
Good night.
next time.
Night, everybody.
See you next time.
Bye, everybody. Bye.